Hey, everybody, welcome to the Thursday edition of Box Seats. Of course, my name is Frank Holder, and for those who don't know, that's Fig, that's Talent, and Rodney Perry said yesterday, I don't give, people their credits and everything else. So let me just say, these guys have been in the comedy business and acting business for years. They came from the Def Comedy Jam tree. They've been in all kinds of things, television, you name it, films, commercials, everything. So I hope I gave you guys a proper introduction, okay? We cool, guys? We cool? All right. Now let's just jump into, of course, what we got to talk about. This is Box Seats. We talk about sports. Now, I want to jump in and start talking about baseball real first because the NBA playoffs were last night. Let me just mention casually that in Major League Baseball, the Yankees won the series over the Cleveland Indians, which was an upset. A lot of people had Cleveland to take them out. Tampa Bay beat Toronto. And, the Yankees are going to be ready to face off against Tampa Bay. And that is a division series that everybody's looking forward to. Anyway, Houston beat Minnesota. They were waiting on the winner of the Chicago White Sox and Oakland A's, which is, supposed to be something that we're looking forward to. Also, the Dodgers are facing the Milwaukee Brewers today. And the Dodgers, if they lose today, people are going to be shaking in their kneecaps because they always tend to bow out in the playoffs. And, of course, San Diego's facing St. Louis. Chicago Cubs are facing Milwaukee Brewers. And Atlanta's facing the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to ask one question of baseball because I got to jump to the NBA Finals, and then we got to talk about the NFL, get our picks and everything else. So, Talon, I'm going to start out with you, bro. Is this the Dodgers' year or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's all looking good till it ain't. So I don't think it's their year. I think it could be. I could be wrong, but if I had to put money on it, I would.
All right, hey, Fig, the Dodgers added Mookie Betts. They felt they needed a kind of different kind of change. Mookie Betts came from the Red Sox. Of course, COVID slowed down his whole process of year and everything else. But the Dodgers added Mookie Betts. But the Yankees added a killer pitcher. Oh, now his name jumped off at me, and I'm gonna come back at it in a second. But anyway, is this the Dodgers' year? Do you think?
Man, listen, if them Yankees is playing the way they played last night, I'm going with my team from New York City. I'm going with the Yankees. I have not the time or the inclination to answer to somebody who sleeps under the very blanket of protection that I provide and then question the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just say thank you because you can't handle the truth.
I saw that movie.
The man got a point.
Yeah. The funny thing is because it's a shortened season, I would have said the Dodgers hands down, but I don't know. But anyway, let's jump in talking about the NBA because the finals was last night and it looked like a scrimmage. After the first 6 minutes, it looked like a scrimmage. But I will just jump off and say right now I don't think anybody's gonna stop the Lakers, especially now since the Miami Heat have 3 key injuries. But my question for you is right now. Talent, how in the world, if you're the Miami Heat, how do they bounce back and try to get in this series when they know they have 3 key injuries on their sideline? If you're the Miami Heat now, again, you're Spoelstra, you're sitting there, you got the whole thing in front of you, you're trying to figure out what are your thoughts that you're going to say and how you figure out how Miami gets back into the series?
Well, I'm gonna do the numbers and do the math. I'm gonna say the good thing is most of the injuries that they sustain are not that major. Somebody may not play next game, but they may play 2 games down the line. And what you have working in your favor is the Lakers need 3 more wins. Mm-hmm. So you have time to try to chip it together. And Jimmy's playing, right? So if you got Jimmy playing, you got a chance at the next game. Then the next game, one of the other guys will come back because, like I said, it's not that severe, and you have a chance at that game. And then you have you have 3 more chances to just prolong this series. If you do it piece by piece like that, not focus on the whole thing and lose your hope right now because you got blown out in this game. If you can mentally get over that hurdle and go piece by piece, you got your pieces back in play. Just got to keep all these games tight. It's easy.
See, now I would agree with you. I'm 50-50 on what you just said. Yes, they can piece it together. You're absolutely right about that. But the problem is the schedule. They're playing every other day. Normal year, normal time. Then you're at 100%. And I don't think there's any, I think 100%. But because they're playing every other day, I don't think the schedule is going to help them out. I mean, what you're saying does make sense, but I don't know. But Fig, what do you think? What's your thoughts?
When somebody's on a diet and they don't want to eat a lot of bread, they usually get their stuff in a wrap.
So it's a wrap, huh?
Pretty much, it's a wrap. They were undermanned in the beginning. They were fighting an uphill battle going against the Lakers. The Lakers got all of the bigs. I think the biggest dude on Miami is Adebayo. Yeah. He got his shoulder hurt yesterday. Jimmy Butler, Dragic, your three top scorers got injured, and now you're still trying to beat the Lakers. Here's your opportunity. If LeBron and AD go down,
so that's it.
No, because then you're fighting on equal ground. If LeBron and AD gets injured in this series, Miami will have a chance. But barring injury, it's a wrap.
All right. Well, what I'm not going to do now is continue on, talking about particularly that game because it wasn't really much to talk about. So let's start with a conversation about if you're Pat Riley and you're sitting there and you're focusing on next year, okay? Next season, it should be somewhat more games. I think they're still going to play in the bubble and everything else. But do you believe Pat Riley's going to be able to get the Miami Heat close to the finals or in the finals next year, or at least make them, a serious component for the Eastern Conference, finals and represent the East in the finals?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be even crazier next year. I think they're going to do what everybody's been doing. The new format and the formula is putting those pieces together. So they see how far they can get with Jimmy. They see the teams playing for Jimmy. I like to look at Jimmy Butler as a player coach right now because they're playing for him. That's how you got to look at that. And if you get one more piece, let's say one of these big pieces that come available in all season end up in Miami. I heard some rumors this morning. Don't think it ain't possible that Giannis end up over there.
Right. Yeah, I heard some stuff too this morning also myself. Faye, what you think? Do you think Miami's going to be able to represent the East and be able to pull a knockout blow? Because let's be honest, Pat Riley, as we all know, he's an extreme, huge competitor. And looking at people go down, I'm sure he's very angry because he's not going to get a fair shot to take out the Lakers. So I'm sure he's going to make some type of movement over the offseason. So the question is, do you think Miami will be back next year and represent the East in the finals?
Nah, man. If I had to put money on it, I would go with I would have to go with Brooklyn because they got that monster over there. They got KD and they got Kyrie Irving, and those are two killers. And it's the NBA stars are the ones who determine who wins or who loses in the NBA. Here's another thing. The Brooklyn Nets made it to the playoffs and did quite well with KD and Kyrie out. So they got some ballers over there. You know what I mean? Aside from KD and Kyrie. And then they got they also have DeAndre Jordan, which is a big and a rim protector. So no, if I had to just straight value, just put money on who would come out of the East, my first thought process would be Brooklyn, provided that they could, get a little chemistry going and learn how to play together. Yeah, I would go with Brooklyn.
Okay,
for sure.
All
just
right.
on talent.
Okay, talent. Of course, the news broke up this morning that Doc Rivers got an offer this morning from the Philadelphia 76ers. No word is yet if he's going to accept it because he's supposed to go to meet with Houston and he's going to be having conversations with New Orleans. But the thought process is that chances are he may land in the Philadelphia 76ers because they're offering him the most. My thought to you is, do you think he's the best available free agent coach out there right now? Or is he what just the Philadelphia 76ers are looking for because they want the hot name right this second? What's your thought process?
I would put Doc at the top of the crop.
Okay.
And it's funny because just a week ago, we had a list and Doc wasn't in it. So obviously Mark Jackson shot to the top. Cassell was in there. We had a bunch of coaches, Tyronn Lue, that we were like, the top of the list. I think with Doc becoming available, he catapults to the top of this pool now. So, but the good thing is, it's going to be more than one job available. Me, I don't like the Philly fit. I think he's good enough to fit anywhere, but I don't think it's the best fit.
Okay.
But again, these are grown man times. You got to do what's best for your family and financially. So you take your talents to wherever you got the best opportunity. So, but I would out of the 3 teams that would come available, which he could go in there and take after D'Antoni. He could go there, a couple of places. I just don't think Philly's the best fit. But you know what I think? Those cats that's in Philly, we talked about this before, they probably need Doc's discipline.
Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Faye, what you think?
If I had to pick between Houston and Philly, I wouldn't go Houston. Houston has a veteran over there that has been used to playing the same way. What was it, 5-6 years Harden has been over there? And he's been used to playing the exact same way, ball dominant, beat the air out the ball. Like, it would be harder to convince him to change his ways than it would be to maybe take a Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and them boys over there and get them right. At least they would be contenders. You know what I mean? With all of the people, with all of the teams coming back in the West, I say Doc he got a better chance in the East. That's where he won his championship in the East with the Boston Celtics. I mean, listen, you probably got a better chance in the East of being competitive, being competitive than you would be in the West with Houston. And then you got to deal with LA, both LAs. You got to deal with the Clippers, who probably will come back pretty solid. You got the Lakers, who are going to come back. And then you got the Golden State Warriors, which ain't going nowhere because they were injured and they're coming back. I'm like, man, listen, I don't need all that smoke. Take my challenge to the East.
All right, here's another hypothetical. Not even really hypothetical. There are a lot of, I don't know if you guys realize, there's a lot of available coaches right now in the NBA. A lot of them. Check out this list. There's Tyronn Lue, there's Mark Jackson, Sam Cassell, Alvin Gentry, of course, Doc Rivers, Stan Van Gundy, Jeff Van Gundy, Nate McMillan, and Brett Brown, who nobody's talking about at all. Okay, you get ready to start. Forget about starting an NBA franchise. You're taking over an NBA franchise that's been around and everything else. Out of those names, talent, who's the guy that you're gonna sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna go with this. Now I'm gonna start this out because I want to just be able to throw my 2 cents out there, and I'm gonna say, I would start with Nate McMillan because he got the Indiana Pacers extremely far every year. And even though Victor Oladipo got injured all the time, he kept getting them as far as he could without a star. You know what I mean? Even though they lost, he did a lot without no stars. And if I can't get him, I'll get Alvin Gentry because Alvin Gentry did work too. But those are my 2. Talent. Who out of that list right there, who would be your 2? Did you get number 1 and number 2 to say, you know what, let me go after this guy. If I can't get this guy, let me get this guy. Who's your one?
I'm going after. I'm going after Mark and Jeff Van Gundy.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going after those guys because they're proven they know what they do to do the job, but more importantly, it's something to be said about people who's been away from the game for a minute. Mm-hmm. When you're away from the game and come back, you bring some tenacity and some hunger that those who have been playing consecutively have gotten complacent in certain areas. And those fresh coaches with experience, when they come back with a vengeance, man. They got like me and Fig always say, they got that chip on the shoulder because I've been away. It's like you ever see somebody come back to the job, your coworker come back, he been out on hurt leave for a while, he come back and he getting everybody coffee in the morning. You know what I'm saying? He running to the store. He's stocking the shelf. You're like, yo, he got a bottle of Windex. They never did the windows.
Yep. I'll just throw this out there. Those seem to be New York picks. I'm not, I don't know why. I have no clue on why you pick out of those guys. You pick the New York guys. I don't know what that is, but let me see who Fig gonna pick. Fig, I'll give you the list one more time. You got Ty Lue. You got Mark Jackson, Sam Cassell, Doc Rivers, Stan Van Gundy, Jeff Van Gundy. Those guys, give me your 1 and 2 of the 2 guys that you would pick to take over your NBA franchise to help you lead your team, hopefully to a championship.
You know what? Here's the thing. I like 3 guys. I like Mark, I like Jeff, and I like Ty Lue. Here's my caveat to it though. What team are we talking about? If I got a young team and I want to develop the talent to be cohesive, then I get a Mark Jackson. If I have a veteran team that's right there that I need to galvanize that could possibly contend for a championship, you know what I mean, where it's going to be a lot of work. I need to take what I have, my veterans that I have, and make them into more than something. Then I go with a Jeff Van Gundy. If I have a team that's already solidified and they're ready to contend for a championship and I just need to manage egos, then I go with a Ty Lue.
You know, that's an excellent point, because it does change the dynamic. Like if you're going to New Orleans Saints, you pick one guy, a certain guy, and if you go with, I don't know, maybe the Houston Rockets, and you got to pick somebody different who better fits. Excellent point. Now we got to move on to the NFL, and you know, the conversations is going to be pretty different tonight than in the NFL week, because of the first thing that jumped off and the biggest news breaking point this week is that the Steelers Titans. Now, yesterday we were talking about the Steelers Titans. There was discussions about the game moving because of COVID and everything else. It became official late last night, first thing this morning. The game officially is pushed to Monday or Tuesday. About an hour ago, it looked like it's going to be pushed to Tuesday because 2 more people, you know, tested positive for the coronavirus in the camp and the Titans facility. If you are the NFL commissioner, talent, if you're the NFL commissioner, how do you think that you would handle this game? Because right now it seems to be up to the scheduling. Would you say, you know what, we need to do this Tuesday, or we should consider about having this game replayed week 19? What's your thought process? Because right now they don't know what they're doing.
I would go Tuesday.
Okay.
Because the reason being is because we just talked about yesterday how we need to, this is just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg. We need to know that there's going to be more that's coming down the pipe. So the further you push something back, you don't know how jammed you're going to get with that. And you don't want to be caught in a situation where the NBA had to say, well, you know what, let's just take this many teams and chop this off, because as it gets to the wire, this may happen 10 more times. And it may get jammed towards the end of the season. I'm doing this Tuesday. Let's play this game Tuesday. Let's get it out of the way, win, lose, or draw, so we can go move on and get ready for the future and hopefully not have people come back testing positive.
I think, honestly, what you're saying is exactly right, except here's the caveat. And Fig, the question's for you. Here's the caveat. This works out okay if no other team happens. This happens to no other team.
Right.
But I think it creates a huge mess if it happens to 2 more teams, or 3 more times, or 4 more times. I think now you're sitting there saying, oh my God, what are we going to do? And having it on a Tuesday is the easy solution. I think the better solution is that if you skip a week, you tack it on to the end of the end of the season. That's just my opinion. What's your opinion?
Man, I'm gonna throw something else out there. I think I heard later that they kicked that down the line from Adam Schefter. Mm-hmm. I think he said they postponed it, postponed it, and they kicked it. They're gonna do it later down the line. Now, I don't think it's gonna be this week at all.
Well,
the thing is,
I just saw the flag. It's like it's gonna be Tuesday. Well, we'll see. But go ahead. What's your thought?
The thing is that it's kind of difficult because like it's Thursday, and there's a game tonight. Supposed to be a game tonight, and between now and Sunday, you're talking about another 3.5 days or so. Mm-hmm. You can have even some more teams, test positive for COVID. So we still don't know what's happening with those teams this week. Right. Which is very difficult. You know what I mean? It, like Talon said, it's probably better to get it in sooner than later, because if other teams start testing positive, then what, you get like a log jam. Everything is going to be all jammed up down, trying to play multiple games. And that's always difficult, more team, because You know, NFL got a lot of teams. Was it like 32 teams? That's a lot to try and manage.
Right. Okay. Here's another question for you. We're gonna move past the COVID issue. I heard several hypotheticals this morning about Bill Belichick being compared to Pat Mahomes and things like that. Now, I don't know. Actually, I do know. My question to both of you is this: if you're going to start an NFL franchise, would you rather have a great quarterback or a great coach? Talent. Question for you. That's a question for you. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be Bill Belichick. It doesn't have to necessarily be Patrick Mahomes. But if you get ready to start out an NFL franchise, would you rather have a great quarterback or a great? You can't have both.
Well, I would have to go with the great quarterback, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
It's much harder to fulfill positions with greatness than it is coaching. Mm-hmm. It's like, go back to what his answer to the other question when he said, depends on where my team is. So in this situation, I'm starting out. So if I'm starting out, I want to put my talent in place first. And then I can always find a quarterback, because once I know what my talent is, then I could go shopping and go, I need a great quarterback for offensive minded or defensive minded.
I'm a little confused. Are you saying you'd rather have a coach or a player?
I'm saying I would start with the player. I said quarterback. I answered that right away. But now I feel like this is Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Let me explain something to you. Here's the thing. Joe Biden keeps saying, here's the deal.
That's a good one.
Hey, Phil, he tried to play me like Joe Biden. Here's the deal, man. Joe Biden told him, will you shut up? All right, so listen, I'm going to go with the quarterback because I'm more prone to believing that. See, good talent's harder to get than coaches. There is no coach draft. You got to get lucky and land people in the draft when it comes to player talent. You know what I mean? So if you can give me a great quarterback, I'm starting off with a Dan Marino, John Elway, or one of them dudes, a Peyton Manning first. And then once I develop people around them, I could go find the right coach.
Okay. So, Fig, that same question for you. Would you rather have, you're starting out an NFL franchise, you're an NFL owner. Would you rather have a great quarterback or would you rather have a great coach?
Well, if I go by what everybody says, or what I believe is that your quarterback, it determines whether you can win or lose. And they say you cannot win. I don't care what you have. They say you cannot win without a good quarterback on your team. So I guess I would have to go with the quarterback. It's really difficult, you know what I mean? But I would go with a good quarterback, because that is like the most important position on the field. Like, he has the ball, he touches the ball 100% of the time.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna throw this out there, and I can't wait for Rodney Perry to come in because I'm gonna say this right now. I disagree with both of y'all because, like I said, the question is, would you rather have a great quarterback or a great coach? A great coach can draft you a quarterback that can help you win games. You know what I mean? No. Let me finish.
You said no. This is where I see what alley you going down, and this is why they. No. I'm real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. I see what alley you're going down, and one word makes where you're going wrong, and the word is great. If you use the word good, you would be absolutely right. The alley you're going down, but when you said great, you're wrong. Go ahead, finish.
Okay.
No. You know what he said? He said either or.
Right.
He said if you're starting a team, you can have either or.
And now let me finish answering the question. I will get a great coach because the great coach can get me a quarterback. I didn't say a great quarterback. I said a great coach can get me a good, somewhat feasible quarterback. Now, we could go through the entire NFL history and you could go through all the coaches, and you had some amazing coaches that got you some winnable that best example, I think 2001 Baltimore Ravens. Their quarterback was okay, but he was a great coach with assembled a great defense, which made the Baltimore Ravens beat the greatest show on turf. It's just, always.
Yeah, but that's not the only way to win. If that was the only way to win, you would be correct. There's many ways to win. It's been teams that win that don't have great defense.
Right. And how are they winning? Because they have a great coach, not a great quarterback.
No, great quarterbacks.
Okay, well, guess what?
Who did the Baltimore Ravens beat with their great defense?
The Titans, Tennessee Titans.
That's who they beat. Who was the great quarterback on the Tennessee Titans that day?
Steve McNair.
That was the great quarterback?
That was a good quarterback on Tennessee.
Has there ever been a team with no good quarterback that beat a great quarterback?
I just said the Baltimore Ravens beat the Tennessee Titans. The Baltimore Ravens, I'm gonna get stacked and find out the guy's name but the Baltimore Ravens had a horrible quarterback. Their defense ran through the whole league, and they won the Super Bowl that year. That's why
they beat a great quarterback.
They beat a really good quarterback, Steve.
Not
McNair.
Great. I said a great quarterback.
The question is, I'll say it again. The question is, this is what the question is. If you're starting a franchise, you're starting a team, would you rather have a great coach or a great quarterback? We both know. Hold on, let me finish. You're on mute, Talon. Can't hear you. We both know.
I see that.
There are several good quarterbacks. Hell, there's several great quarterbacks who lost Super Bowls. Right or wrong?
Yes. Dan Marino's at the top of the list.
But go through the list of Super Bowls, or go through just the list of great things, and try to figure out one great coach who's lost very many times. It just doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. Why this is not a right or wrong situation. You're attacking it like it's a right or wrong situation.
It's not.
People have won Super Bowls doing it either way. People have won with great coaches. People have won with not so great coaches, but great teams. Now, whether that's quarterback driven or coach driven is irrelevant. It's been done both ways, is my point.
Yeah,
John Elway went to 4. He's a great quarterback with a great coach.
And he won
the first 4 times, he ain't got none.
Right.
He didn't get it till he went to Denver.
Right. Okay, but Bill Belichick went 11 times. 11 times. And he won.
And he didn't get 11 wins.
And he won 6.
Exactly. He didn't get 11 though.
No, he won 8. He won 8 2 times with the Giants. He won 2 times with the Giants, and he won 6 with the Patriots. He won 8 out of 11 times.
But he had Tom Brady.
No, hold on, Fig. You can't claim the Giants. He's not the head coach. You don't get that credit.
Okay, the first three, Tom Brady was dinking and dunking. He wasn't known as a great quarterback in those first 3 years he won. Everybody knows that. He became a great quarterback. People started looking at Tom Brady as a great quarterback after the 2007 season, to be honest, when they had Randy Moss here throwing bombs down the field. But let me move on.
It was great.
Let me move on because Let me move on. Just leave you with this. There was 10 years when Tom Brady and the Patriots didn't win nothing. There was a 10-year gap. Let's remember that. And neither did Bill Belichick either. So I guess you could go either way, But here's the question. Speaking of the Patriots and Bill Belichick, does the Cam Newtons and the Patriots have a chance against the Chiefs this week? Because the Chiefs are playing out of their mind, but the Chiefs have also had several key injuries on the sidelines that a lot of people aren't talking about. Mainly their cornerback, Travarius Ward, he injured his collarbone. He's out for the game. So their cornerbacks, they're having issues with their cornerback position, and they're going to have issues also with their safety position. Does Cam Newton? Let me throw this also out there to you, Talon. The Patriots are 7-point underdog, first time in 20 years, 18 years, they've been 7-point underdog. I'm not even asking you if they're going to cover. I'm going to just ask you, do the Patriots with Cam Newton have a chance against the Kansas City Chiefs this week? Talon.
I'm always going to give Cam a chance.
Okay.
I'm always going to give Cam a chance because he's a playmaker. And I think that proven playmakers, you always get to at least give a chance. Am I going for them? Absolutely not. But it's your city. It's New England. Would I ever go for them? Probably not. But I give Cam a chance. I think the Chiefs, of course, I'm going to ride with them. I think they're going to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cam pull a rabbit out the hat because that's Cam. Cam, the game get down to the end. Don't look at that game when they did the last run play and he didn't make it. That was a botched play altogether. I'm sure they'll never do it like that again. But my point is, it get down to it like that. Cam got the ball. We know it can happen. Right.
Fig, what you think?
I think it's strange that Talon used pull a rabbit out of the hat because Cam wears some pretty big hats.
I don't know why. I don't know why New England won't put a dress code on this, brother.
I know. Let me tell you something. Hey, listen, you ain't getting me. You understand? Last week you got me, but you're not getting me because this week was next week, last week, and last week was this week, next week. So you're not getting me with picking against Patrick Mahomes. I did that with Baltimore, and I'm not doing that again. No. This week, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying, look, I guess, I'd like to think that Belichick and Cam Newton and them got a chance, but not against that guy.
All right. Well, look,
not against that guy. Not against that team. There's too many weapons over there.
Let me switch the conversation. Let's go over. Speaking of New York, because Talent is talking about, the Patriots and the New York. Let me just say this out there. New York Jets and New York Giants are both 0-3. Talent. Who turns it around first, the Jets or the Giants?
I think the Jets, only because less injury. The important people are not hurt. So when you look at it like that, theoretically, in numbers' sake, they should turn it around quicker than the Giants. Because the Giants, you got to realize, the Giants built that whole offense back around that run game. They're trying to go back to the Giants of old. And when that run game got wiped out from the rug pulling underneath their feet, you got to sit back and reboot. Now, I thought going against another injured team with more injuries than you last time would be a boost.
I guess that means no.
I thought like Nelly. Nelly thought Boo Boo was jelly.
Yeah. All right, Fig, who turns it around first, the Jets or the Giants? They both New York teams come out of the New York Northeast, and they both are 0-3. Who turns it around first?
Which team is playing a high school team first? That's what I'm Hey, listen, man. Listen. It all depends, man. Are they gonna play each other? When do they play each other? That's why, because that might be the only win that one of those teams gets, man. I'm looking at a team that can possibly go over. These are some over teams. I don't like the coaching. I don't like the defense. I don't like nothing that they're doing. Either one. I don't know, man. I give it, you know what? I give it to Sam Darnold because he looks like the better quarterback. Man, I don't know, man.
I'll say this. I saw the Giants play and the Jets play. To me, overall, it looked like the Giants are still playing like really good football. They just had some bad breaks. They had a couple of injuries and they had some bad breaks. But to me, they look a lot better than the Jets, to me. So I think that things might go their way. I think they could possibly get at least 2 or 3 wins for the season.
Against who?
I don't know, but I don't see the Jets. I can't see the Jets beating anybody. That's just
I can tell you this. I can see the Giants winning against the practice team.
Oh, All right, now before we bring in Rodney, would I disagree? Let me ask you guys one last question. The Eagles played the Bengals this past week. It was a 23-23 tie. It seemed like to me the Eagles was giving that game away. If you are the either fan or either coach or anybody Talent and you're in Philadelphia, do you see anything on the horizon looking like you could walk away from that game saying, you know what, I could take some positive out of this? Or you like me saying, you guys just look like you're getting worse and worse? What's your thought process on the Eagles and the Bengals?
I think this is a battle of the bums. And the only difference in this team is that the Bengals play like they got hope of winning. Even if they don't win, they still play the game like that. I think the Eagles are playing like a depleted, mentally and emotionally depleted team. And a part of that has to do with, again, going back to what I said from when they won the Super Bowl. They just don't know how to click in and tap into that energy and ride momentum. They keep trying to create as they go. And your way, like, when we had, said on the joint and was telling us about the mentality of Philadelphia, it's like you put your marbles in Wentz, first of all.
Right.
They don't seem to have a plan B or C. It seems like we are Wentz or bust. So when as Wentz goes, the morale goes. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
I
think their morale is going with Wentz. So unless somebody can mentally turn that around, I don't see them doing any better than we've seen in the past couple of weeks.
Fig, what you think?
I think I don't think the team believes in their quarterback, and when you have a splintered team, when the locker room is split on a football team, you got problems.
Yeah,
they don't believe in this guy to carry him because he's injury prone, and right now he looks like he's shell shocked.
Yeah,
he's missing like this year. He's missing throws that they were like no look passes when he was a rookie, when he first started. Now he's missing like easy throws down the field, but the kid is shell shocked, man. When you get hit by, look, they say on every football play, these guys are getting the equivalent of being in a car wreck. He's back there by himself getting hit by dudes 250 plus pounds, 6'6", bigger, and they are moving. He's getting, it's a jailbreak. He's running for his life, and that's why he's not doing well.
Right.
You put a young quarterback out there with no offensive line, you're asking yourself for trouble. And it's been proven on every team. You take a young quarterback and put him out on the field with no line, you're going to run into problems every time.
It's that time when we get ready to always have Rodney Perry. I don't know what Rodney Perry is, but it's that time when we always have that segment called I Disagree. There go Rodney Perry. Right, turn your thing this way. Can you turn your thing this way? There you go. He got his fatigues on, y'all.
Something's going down. What done happened now?
What happened now? Rodney getting ready to get into us.
You guys, man. At the very least, y'all entertaining. That's a good thing. All right. Let's start at the top. I shot out a couple of text messages last night, didn't get no response.
I hit you back.
It was a lot of anti-Laker rhetoric, and I think we probably need to get the young Broom out. I don't know about y'all, but I think Miami wants to quit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, them boys start limping and getting gimpy. I'm like, hey, wait. Did I see Jimmy Butler twist his own ankle by himself?
Yeah.
I'm like, how you do that? How you twist your own ankle? That's like, all right. Enough said. Y'all talked about the whole coaching situation. First of all, y'all didn't bring enough white head coaches up. Like the second run, Frankie threw some whites in there. But this is what you got to know. The league is still racist. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let's just keep it real. So all them good black coaches, Sam Cassell, they better get an assistant coach job somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them happy, but it ain't going to happen. Mm-hmm. If you haven't already been a head coach, you're not going to get them jobs, them new jobs.
Well, Roddy, I had
some random college white boy get one of these jobs.
I had three. I had Brett Brown, Stan, and Jeff Van Gundy.
Right. Stan and Jeff is done. They done.
Okay.
They both done. Maybe the young boy and he the random white dude out of nowhere to get love. First of all, what the hell is wrong with Fig's hair? What happened to the juices and berries? Frank, man, you got it, man. You got to do something about this. Can you text me when Fig do something new to his hair? Because I can't take it.
I went to the barbershop and got a blowout this morning.
Dude, I was like, who let Kid play in with Fig's voice? All right. What else we covered? Y'all covered Doc Rivers might end up in Philly. I think that's a good move for him. I think Doc Rivers should go to Philly. He don't need to go to Houston. because they ain't gonna do nothing new. That's just a new lose. That's like another situation like he leaving where he gonna lose again. Let me tell you what Houston good at: losing in the playoffs. The word for the day is, what did you said it too, Frank?
I said it.
Yeah, I apologize, gentlemen. I didn't get my notes down thoroughly like I normally do. But I mean, the long and the short of it, y'all doing a great job. Frank, you tried to steal my line. That's okay.
Yeah, they were talking about we talk about great coach or great play or great quarterback. You know what
I'm glad you said that. First of all, ain't no great quarterback without a great coach. Without a great coach, like a great coach, somebody got to pick these people.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
Somebody got to go out and scout and do all that. You can't do that without no coach. That's like what came first, the chicken or the egg. I don't know what answer to that, but coach come first.
Coach first.
If I'm picking my team, I'm an owner. I got billions of dollars. I'm looking for a great coach to run my team and to run everything, to give the whole, because a coach is like, I tell you what it's like. It's like a good host, right? A host of a comedy show. All the energy of the room come through the host. Now, you can have a guy come blow it up, and we want a great headliner, but if you got a great host, it's going to be a good show every time. And that's what a coach is. A coach is that good, always constant. You need a constant. You know,
it's that guy.
It's that guy. It's that guy. That guy's incredible. And it's so I hear what y'all saying. Y'all made some great points. I mean, talent made some great points. Even though Frank tried to Donald Trump, you stayed in your guns. You stuck to your guns. I was really impressed with that. How
I get the Donald Trump analogy? Oh man.
That's what it was like, right? I tell you, that's what it was like.
Hey, all jokes aside, man. This whole COVID thing is real.
Yeah.
Do we play on Tuesday or do you push it back? I'm inclined to agree with talent. You kind of got to deal with it right now because we don't know what's going to happen. And you start moving, but you still looking at giving these guys a shorter week. If they play on Tuesday, they got a really short week. Heaven forbid they got a Thursday game. You play Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh Lord, no.
Yeah.
You know, if you get more people turning up sick, it'll happen. And what we don't know is if anybody else been sick, if any of the big stars been sick yet. I mean, think about that COVID. You could pass today and fail tomorrow.
Right.
So those tests are really kind of iffy, kind of sketchy. So I don't know what test they're giving. Hopefully it's accurate. But Tuesday night football, I got to be honest. I'm tired of football by Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be honest.
I mean, if I keep it completely real, I'd be like, man, I need a couple of days off, man, because I'm doing fantasy football now. Now I ain't gonna get nobody off the waiver wire to Wednesday night.
Right.
Yeah.
It is, they got Thursday, they got Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night.
I went and picked up that dude you said too, Frank. That little running back of New England. Hopefully he do something this week.
I promise you he will. Promise you.
Is he starting?
No, he's not starting. He was injured. He's coming out. He's coming off the bench. But that boy, I saw him play 3 times. That boy's a beast. Mark my words. And guess what? I would put money on it.
Oh.
I'd put about $5 good. About $5 good. And I got 7.
Not 5.
5 and I got 7. Now
You got 5 on it?
I put 5 on it. Now let me get ready to bring in Stack, my man Stack, and see if we got something. Because Roddy, don't go nowhere because we got to do the picks. So Stack, we check the facts with Stack. Stack, did we get anything wrong? I know we messed up a couple things, but
well, you mentioned the New Orleans Saints when you was talking about places for Doc Rivers to go to, and it was.
I said that.
How come Doc can't? What you saying? Doc can't be a football coach?
No, he can't.
I said New Orleans Saints.
You can't coach a football team when you paint on your hairline. You know,
Oh,
you can't do
Wow.
that. You can't do that.
Wow.
Then you
I did that joke 3 weeks ago.
yeah, that was memory there. Then it was the 2000 Ravens that you was talking about. Trent Dilfer was the quarterback.
that's the guy, Trent Dilfer.
He wasn't even on the team the next season.
Yeah, he was gone. That's how bad he was. Matter of fact, he was in the booth the following season. He was so bad.
He's a broadcaster still.
Right.
And I agree. I'd rather have a great coach than a great quarterback. Because the coach, you can scheme. The coach can draft players, and you know he can basically win games on his own. Look at the Falcons; they got all the talent in the world, but they just can't get a good coach. So,
yeah,
I mean, they had a good coach though. He lost in New Orleans. I mean, in Atlanta, and he lost in with the 49ers. Maybe he's not a good coach.
maybe it's the city. Maybe it's the city.
maybe
Did they have a great quarterback? Who's the great quarterback in Atlanta?
Matt Ryan was the MVP.
Matt Ryan is not bad.
He's a great. The word is great though.
He won an MVP.
Not bad, but great.
He won an
got $100
MVP.
million.
He led the league in fourth quarter.
He getting paid like a great quarterback.
Hold on. I'll say this about Matt Ryan. If he had a couple of those W's that were L's, he'd be considered a great quarterback. Because a couple of those losses, especially if they had beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, people would be like, yo, he's a great quarterback.
Man, if was a fifth, all five of us would be drunk.
I'm just saying. He's borderline great. He's borderline great quarterback.
That's the craziest thing you can say in the world. Take any quarterback that didn't win. If Dan Marino didn't have a couple of L's, he would be the greatest quarterback ever. He never got the Super Bowl. He never won the Super Bowl.
Well, Dan Marino wasn't in the bowl like Matt Ryan was, up 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
If I was 6'9", I'd have played in the NBA.
Probably not, but okay.
6'9"? Oh yes, I would have.
Okay, but let's get ready
If
to do
I
this.
was 12, I would be in porn.
If Jimmy Butler had a haircut, would he be this good?
Huh?
Would he be this good? With a haircut, would Jimmy Butler be this good?
I don't know.
I would listen. If Miami win the championship, will Jamie Foxx play Jimmy Butler in the
biopic?
Yes.
Hold on, real quick. Speaking of Jamie Foxx, did you see him open up the game last night? Let me tell you something. I don't normally condone skin bleaching, but them lips. Go ahead, lighten them joints up.
Open up what game?
What are you talking about?
You ain't see Jamie Foxx open up the game?
No.
Man, put it this way. Jamie Foxx, African American, his lips is Nigerian. You see how black his lips is? 17 blunts an hour. Yeah, y'all ain't see that? Yo!
I didn't see the beginning of the game.
I didn't either.
When
I
I
cut it
turned
right
the game
on.
on, the Lakers was down by 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the first 30 seconds. The Lakers was down. All right, the Jets are playing the Denver Broncos tonight. They're playing in New York. Does anybody have the Jets? We can move through this fast. Okay, they only got the Jets. All right, Baltimore.
I would take a long shot.
You want to take the Jets?
I'm gonna take the Jets. Who they playing?
They playing
Denver.
It can happen. It can happen.
It can happen, bro. I'm telling you.
You know what? Yeah, give me the Jets too.
Oh man, y'all can't all take
give me the Jets too.
I'm going on the record. I'm going on record. I'm taking Denver.
I'm taking Denver.
I'm taking Denver. Baltimore's playing at Washington. They're playing the Washington football team. Put me down for Baltimore. Anybody going against
Baltimore?
Everybody taking Baltimore. The LA Chargers are playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm taking LA.
I'm taking Tampa.
Taking Tampa.
Okay, I'm taking LA.
I take Tampa.
Okay, Seattle is playing at Miami. Is there anybody taking Miami?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle is not a game right now.
Yeah, Minnesota is playing at Houston. I think Houston's going to get their first win. You know, but Minnesota's playing. I'm going with Houston. Anybody taking Minnesota?
I like Thielen and them guys out there in Minnesota. I'm gonna take Minnesota.
Yeah, I like Minnesota too.
Okay,
I like
They got good defense.
Okay, how about
you? I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
I like Minnesota.
Okay, I'm taking Houston. New Orleans Saints is playing the Detroit Lions, and even though Detroit's playing real good, I still am gonna take New Orleans Saints over Detroit. So, anybody taking Detroit? I ain't think so. Either.
I don't
Cleveland
think-
Browns is taking Dallas Cowboys. Is anybody taking Cleveland?
I'm not taking Cleveland, but it's not a bad pick.
I'm gonna go Cleveland.
How about you, Big?
I'm going Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm going Cleveland. Put me
I'm
down
going
for
Dallas. I'm going
All
Dallas.
right. Jacksonville's taking Cincinnati Bengals. Is there anybody taking Cincinnati? But I will say this: Jacksonville, they balling now. They balling.
I like
Anybody
Cincinnati.
taking Cincinnati?
I like
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Okay. Talon, you got Cincinnati or Jacksonville?
Nah, I'm gonna go Jacksonville.
All right, Fig.
I'm gonna go Cincy.
Okay.
I'll pick Lil Duval before I pick Jacksonville.
The Colts are playing the Chicago Bears. I'm taking Chicago. I think Nick
The
Foles-
Bears go 4-0 this week, baby.
Yeah, I think the Bears are
It's
going
the
to take
Bears.
the top.
That's the Bears.
Chi-Town.
Talon, you got Chicago?
Yeah.
Fig, you got Chicago?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Arizona Cardinals playing the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking Arizona over Carolina. Fig, Talon, who you got?
Arizona.
Fig,
Arizona.
Stack,
Arizona.
right?
Over the Panthers,
Yep, Arizona, Carolina Panthers.
Arizona.
Okay, the New York Giants are playing LA. Is anybody taking the Giants? I'm taking LA. Anybody taking the Giants? Talent? Yeah.
No, I can't mess with. I got LA.
All right, Buffalo is playing the Raiders. Anybody taking? Let's see, Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo. Stack, who you
Buffalo.
want?
Buffalo.
Right?
Buffalo.
I mean, Buffalo on hot. They 3-0, right?
Yep. Yep. Stanley, you taking Buffalo?
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Yeah, I got Buffalo.
And Fig, you got
One more
Buffalo.
week.
The Raiders for upset.
Okay.
Buffalo. One. Yeah.
All right. The game I'm looking forward to all week long is the Patriots are playing Kansas City. Me and Stack is taking the Patriots. Right, Stack? Am I wrong? I mean,
No, you're right.
All right. Rodney, you taking the Patriots or you taking the Chiefs?
I mean, I'm always for the black quarterback, but I got a light skinned quarterback. So, you know what? I think the long shot is the Patriots. I'm gonna take them.
You taking Patriots?
Don't be like them, Rodney. Don't vote with your feelings, man. Go
I
with what
need the
you
long
know.
shot. I need the long
Don't be
shot.
like these natives right here. These natives, they're emotionally invested.
Here we go.
Tyler, who you got?
I'm going against you. I tell you that already.
Fig, who
I'm
you got?
going with my homeboy. I ain't doing that. I ain't been against that kid no more.
All right.
All right,
Are you right? You right. Put me down with KC.
Okay.
Hey, so hold on. So this game is very important to the theme of the show because we're gonna go against your theory. Great coach versus great quarterback.
Okay. I'll put it up there for that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily prove the point or not,
Yes,
No.
it does.
but
No, it
okay.
doesn't.
All
No,
right.
it doesn't.
Okay. But we'll
Because both
see.
teams have great coaches.
And nobody want to hear from you.
Andy Reid.
Hold
He's
on,
good.
hold on.
He's not great.
Philadelphia
He's no
Eagles.
He's no Belichick.
Philadelphia Eagles is going against and losing against the San Francisco 49ers. Anybody taking Philadelphia?
No.
You know what? I'm taking Philly on that. 49er decimated by injury.
Okay. All right. Talent. Who you got?
All right, the man said something right there. Hold up. I didn't even think about that. You know what?
They are decimated by injury.
You know what? That shit ain't gonna matter. I'm staying where I'm at.
Fig, who you got?
I'm going with Filthy Delphia.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this.
Really?
Philadelphia Eagles are going in the wrong
Yeah, I'm
direction.
going with Filthy because the 49ers are good. Garoppolo ain't playing. There's a whole bunch of people over there that just ain't playing. I don't even think the coach gonna show up.
Okay. Atlanta is playing against Green Bay. Who we got? Atlanta or Green Bay? Anybody
Green
got?
Bay.
Anybody got Atlanta?
Green Bay.
Talent. You got Atlanta?
Green Bay.
Fig, you got Atlanta, Green Bay.
I'm going with Aaron.
Okay. Last game yet to be scheduled is the Steelers.
I didn't pick my Atlanta Green Bay.
I know you're going with Green Bay. That's why. Okay, you say.
You're right. You're right.
All right, thank you. The Steelers, final game. The Steelers are taking the Tennessee Titans. Final game. Anybody taking Tennessee? Talent, let's start with you. You got Tennessee? Or you got the Steelers?
Nah, Steelers are still in the way. I'm gonna go Steelers.
All right. Fig, Steelers or Tennessee?
But they're not playing though, right?
It's
They're
not-
gonna play eventually.
They're gonna play. The Steelers against Tennessee. Who you got?
Is Tennessee got them injuries still? They got injuries?
Not that many, no. They got COVID.
They got injuries like you got a new haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Fat Burger.
Okay. Rod, who you got?
I'll take the Steelers on that.
It's Stack. Who you got?
I'm taking Tennessee.
I'm taking Tennessee too. All right, y'all. That's the show. Let's get ready to wrap this up. Talent, tell everybody out there how they can follow you.
Hey, yo, come to my house. I got a cookout Saturday. No, I'm just playing. I'm on Twitter at It's Just Comedy. I'm at the Instagram on Talented Comedian and New York King Talent Harris on Facebook.
All right, Faye, who you got?
Yo, man, follow Talent. And then if you want to see where I am, he'll tell you.
Rodney Perry.
Hey, it's Rodney Perry, RodneyPerry.com, and Rodney Perry Live on my social media.
Stack.
Catch me at Stacking Over, Twitter and Instagram.
And I'm not Donald Trump. I'm Frank Holder. Unlike what Talent said. You're watching the Humor Mill channel. This is the show called The Box Seat. Make sure you download the Humor Mill app. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we're on all devices. So if you want, please tell your friend to tell a friend. And we even on your cable provider, ask them to add us. So we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all. Thank you all for joining the show. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, Monday, 1 through. What's wrong?
Hold up. Here
One,
from last week's picks. Rodney
I forgot
Perry.
to do the picks. Yeah, go ahead.
Rodney Perry, 6 wins, 9 losses. Frank, 10 wins, 5 losses. Everybody got that one tie. Talent, 10 wins, 5 losses. Stacks, 10 wins, 5 losses.
Woo! Okay.
And I got 5 wins and 10 losses.
So next week we add up all the total.
I ain't in last place. I know that.
Yeah, I am.
Hey, we'll be back tomorrow, 1 to 2. We'll see y'all again. We are the Box Seats. We can't wait to do the show again. Thanks y'all for watching. We appreciate you. It's the Humor Mill channel. You're watching the Box Seats.